Okay, very nice. ये लॉकडाउन नहीं खत्म होने को आ रहा है।
हाँ।
कह रहा था कि सब अपनी
गर्मी से सर्दी आ गई, लॉकडाउन नहीं खत्म हुआ।
लॉकडाउन खत्म हो। हाँ, इस बात है जी। ठीक है। Hare Krishna and Pranam, dear devotees. So thank you for joining us in our evening session of Bhagavad Gita. So we'll begin the class now. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashatya Deshatarine जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। जय जगत गुरु श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। हरे कृष्णा। So today we are beginning chapter 4. We are starting, हमने chapter जो तीसरा अध्याय है वो हमने खत्म कर लिया और आज हम चौथे अध्याय शुरू कर रहे हैं. So who will tell me what was the name of the first chapter? What is the name of the first chapter? It is good to memorize Bhagavad Gita's chapters. Yes, Ankita Mata is saying observing the armies. Yes, observing the armies on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Yes, that is. And what is the name of the second chapter? Second chapter is easy one to memorize because it is a summary of all the chapters. Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, yes, Ankita Mataji is saying contents of Gita summarized. Yes, contents of गीता समराइज, क्योंकि इस अध्याय के अंदर जो इस अध्याय के अंदर संगीता माता जी सेइंग कर्मयोग, नो कर्मयोग इज नॉट सेकंड चैप्टर, विल कम. और जो दूसरा अध्याय है, जो पहला अध्याय है, दैट इज लाइक अ सेटिंग ऑफ द सीन कि क्या हो रहा है बिफोर वी एंटर भगवद गीता, सो जस्ट द बैकग्राउंड. एंड देन नेक्स्ट वन इज contents of Bhagavad Gita summarized. So उसका मतलब क्या है कि जितना भी भगवद गीता की समरी है वो दूसरे अध्याय में है. और स्पेशली कर्म योग एंड ज्ञान योग. भक्ति योग इज देयर बट लेस, but karma yoga and jnana yoga is there. And the third chapter name, what is the third chapter name? Yes, Megha Mataji is saying karma yoga, और संगीता माता जी ने पहले लिखा था. सो दैट वाज द थर्ड चैप्टर कर्म योग, जहाँ हमने पढ़ा कर्म योग में. हु रिमेंबर्स, हमें बहुत टाइम लग गया. आई डोंट नो कि हु ऑल रिमेंबर्स, बट हु रिमेंबर्स? Ronnie Prabhu, what is the gist of chapter 3 in 2 lines or 3 lines?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandu Pranam. Prabhuji, that Karam Yoga is better than Karam Sannyas.
No.
That is chapter 5 actually.
Difference between Karam and Karam Yoga.
हाँ, क्या कह रहे हैं, दोबारा बताइए माता जी.
Difference between Karam and Karam Yoga.
Difference between karma and karma yoga. Okay, okay, that is better than Ronnie Prabhu's answer.
Yoga is when
That
we
was
do
chapter 5
karma
actually.
for Krishna.
That was chapter 5 actually. Both are confusing. Yes, so it is like so it starts from basically
not start. I don't want to say start. I'm saying what is the gist of the chapter 3 in few lines. What did we understand from chapter 3? इतना लंबा चौड़ा हमने chapter पढ़ा, इतने सारे श्लोक थे, I think 43, 44, maybe more. But what is the gist?
That Prabhuji, yoga is something when it is the combination. मतलब अगर कर्म कृष्णा के लिए करते हैं, then it is कर्म योग, otherwise it's कर्म कांड.
Okay, okay, very good. Or anybody else? Ankita Mataji?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Though I couldn't actually attend a lot of classes last few weeks, but what little I remember is doing your own duty is like, of utmost importance.
Yes, yes.
So,
This is much more closer. Yes, yes, माता जी. So जैसे शिवानी माता जी ने और अंकिता माता जी ने बोला कि basically Krishna says one must do action. Action is necessary. One must act. And then he also explained how if one is not attached to the result of the action, so that action is very good. और वो भी बताया भगवान ने कि वो किसके लिए कर रहा है. He says in one of the mat chitta, I think he says in one of the verses he says. So what is Krishna saying in the 3rd chapter? One must do. Krishna consciousness means action. Krishna consciousness doesn't mean renunciation. कि सारा दिन काम धाम नहीं किया और शाम को शॉल लेके माइक के सामने बैठ गए कि चलिए अब लेक्चर देने का टाइम हो गया. ऐसा नहीं है. But Krishna consciousness means action, and actions are best done by giving the fruits or the result of the action to Krishna. Like this. This is the, we can say, the gist. One must act, but act how? By giving the result to Krishna, like this. और जैसे फिर रानी प्रभु ने बताया, there are many sections inside. We read about, he asks also why lust happens, and he says you control it. All that thing happens, but main thing is हमेशा याद रखिए कि Krishna consciousness means action. It never means inaction. And proper action means that we offer the results to Thakurji. Okay, I'm doing it for you. और जो ये अध्याय है हमारा, जो 4था अध्याय जो आज शुरू हो रहा है, सो ये उसी का लिंक है. इट इज अ लिंक फ्रॉम देयर. एंड वो लिंक कैसे है? बिकॉज इफ वन एक्ट्स इन दैट मैनर, देन टू अंडरस्टैंड, टू गेन नॉलेज इज द नेक्स्ट स्टेप. इस चैप्टर का नाम क्या है? हु विल टेल मी व्हाट इज द नेम ऑफ द 4th चैप्टर? ये तो शुरू कर रहे हैं आज.
Transcendental knowledge.
Transcendental knowledge, yes. So what is the, if one acts in this manner, so if one, बहुत सारे लोग बोलते हैं हमें भगवत गीता समझ में नहीं आती है, पढ़ते हैं और we are unable to understand. ये बड़ा frequent question होता है कि प्रभु जी ये हमें तो ऐसा नहीं लगता है पढ़ के कि इतने सारे deep point हैं. So one of the reason is that we are not practicing karma yoga properly, because the next step of karma yoga is gyan. This is the next step. This is the next, you can say, like a next ladder of nishkam karma yoga. Or when we're doing, when we are acting to please Krishna, we start. Our journey has started. So actions, जब हम भगवान की भक्ति में आते हैं कृष्णा कॉन्शियसनेस में, so action नहीं रोकने हैं. ऐसा नहीं है बिजनेस कर रहे हैं रोक दीजिए, पढ़ाई करनी है रोक दीजिए, कुछ भी कर रहे हैं रोकने का मतलब नहीं है. But one must act. ये तीसरे अध्याय में strongly Krishna puts, one must do action. And he also says it is better to be situated in one's own varnashram rather than look into something else and then jump. He said that it is not to be done. और ये जो अध्याय है इसके अंदर अभी इसका नेक्स्ट जो पीढ़ी है वो ये है कि if one do that then one gets knowledge. और इसके अंदर जो कृष्ण है वो बताएंगे कैसे कि कैसे what knowledge you get, how to get the knowledge, what is the glories of the knowledge, and how to get that knowledge. That will come towards the end part, but the main thing, like I said, is to understand the transcendental knowledge. He will also speak about his own why he comes, and how his coming is very different from our coming. हमारा भी आवागमन लगा है, उनका भी लगा है, पर उनके आने में और हमारे आने में बहुत फर्क है. Like this. So So we will hear all this from this very wonderful chapter. And if you understand this, अगर आपको ये अध्याय समझ में आया, then the next, what is the title of the next chapter? Fifth chapter. देखिए,
action in Krishna consciousness.
action in Krishna consciousness. Yes. So which means one has got further knowledge. I'm acting, I'm giving the fruits. फिर क्या हुआ? मुझे I got knowledge, and then what happens? Then I am able to properly act in Krishna consciousness. Many devotees say actually liberation happens after fifth chapter. पांचवें chapter के बाद one is liberated. If you understand it properly, one is liberated even in this lifetime. And then जो अगले 6 चैप्टर है वो हमारी भक्ति को गाढ़ा करते हैं, और जो लास्ट के 6 चैप्टर हैं दे गिव अस डिटेल्स हाउ टू एक्ट इन दिस मटेरियल वर्ल्ड. जो लास्ट के 6 चैप्टर हैं, जो ज्ञान चैप्टर हैं, कि हाउ टू एक्ट, हाउ टू डील with others, how to understand where am I, and also to understand where are others with whom I am dealing, and how to deal with them properly. Because understanding is one thing, and application is altogether a different thing, like this. कई बार मैं कुछ जोर से डांटता हूँ या बोलता हूँ तो मुझे समीरा बोलती है, वो आपके वैष्णव एटिकेट कहाँ गए? Very embarrassed. I said, okay. She says, why it happened to that humble devotee? Oh, okay, I'm sorry, like this. So like that. So one must apply these principles in life, then only we go ahead. So now we are starting chapter 4, and I will read the first verse. Anybody wants to read the verses? 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3 verses will do. Anybody wants to read the verses? Okay, yes, Shivani Mataji, go ahead.
श्री भगवानुवाच इमं विवस्वते योगं प्रोक्तवान् हम अव्ययं विवस्वान् मनःपरा मानुरिक्ष्वाकवे ब्रवीत.
Wonderful. Thank you, Mataji. Second verse. Anybody wants to read second verse?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, may I read?
Yes, sure, Mataji.
Evam parampara praptim raj rishayo viduh sakale neh mehta yogo nashta param tapa.
Thank you, Mataji. Okay. Third verse. We'll try to read 4 verses. So I'm just.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes, Hare Krishna Mataji.
सा एवम् अयं मया ते अद्य योग प्रोक्तः पुरातन भक्तः असि मे सखा च इति रहस्यं हि एतत् उत्तमम्.
Very nice. Thank you, Mataji. और number 4. Yes, Neha Mataji, you are saying? Try it out. Yes, go ahead.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी. अर्जुन उवाच अपरं भवतो जन्म परं जन्म विवस्वत कथम इतत् विज्ञेयं त्वम् आदौ प्रोक्तवान् इति.
Yes. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you so much. So we'll read the first verse. Shri Bhagavanu Vacha Imam Vishvasya Yogam Proktavan Aham Avyayam Vivashvan Manve Praha Manur Ikshvake Abrivit. So इसमें देखिए क्या है, जो पहला वर्ड इमीडिएटली हमें स्ट्राइक करता है, हाँ, दैट इज भगवान. कि वन मस्ट अंडरस्टैंड ये जो शब्द है, ये इवन बार बार भागवतम में भी बार बार बोलते हैं भगवान वाचा. बहुत बार कृष्ण आता है, इवन 10th कैंटो के अंदर जाके भी समटाइम्स कृष्ण इज कॉल्ड विष्णु और भगवान. व्हाई? बिकॉज वन शुड not fall into the thing, and one should always realize who is speaking. Big boss. Big boss is speaking. One should always realize, not think, oh, some talk is going on, but always be conscious who is speaking. And we have heard in the second chapter also Prabhupada said, what is the meaning of Bhagavan? What is the meaning of Bhagavan? Who is Bhagavan? Neha Mataji, who is Bhagavan? What is the definition of Bhagavan?
Bhagwan, Lord of the universe.
Lord of the universe, okay. Or anybody else, what is the definition of Bhagavan? Okay. Meenakshi Mata is saying one who has opulence, all opulence in full, who's having good time, good fortune. I thought good time. Okay. Ankita Mata is saying all 6 opulences. Yes. So what are those 6 opulences? Yes, that is the definition given by Parashar Muni, ki one who has all the 6 opulences. So what is the 6 opulences? One who has all riches, who has all fame, who has all strength, who has all wealth, all beauty, and all renunciation. Anybody, Parashar Muni says कि जिस भी व्यक्ति के पास ये छियों के छियों ऑपुलेंस जो है, जो विभूति हैं, वो पूर्ण रूप से हो, है या अनलिमिटेड, then he is Bhagavan. He is a definition of Bhagavan. Neha Mata is saying Saman Bowman. Yes, Mataji. Saman Bowman, yes, is a philosophical way, but जो definition है वो पराशर मुनि ने दी है कि जिसमें ये भग means good fortune. So one who has all the 6 opulence in full is called Bhagavan. So tell me one opulence, one by one you can share. What is, give me one opulence का example दीजिए. Okay, that he is all wealthy. So tell me, give me one example how Krishna is all wealthy. Who will give? How he is all wealthy? Why not Bill Gates or Kuber or Ravan? So many of them. They had so much money. Yes. All riches 1, all riches 2. Bataiye. Example. So I'm looking for example for each one of them. All 6. Give one example. How Krishna, how we can say that he has all the 6 opulence in full. Give some example. Riches ka bataiye. Who will tell?
Krishna had so many palaces in Dwarka and so many cows, and even Lakshmi ji is serving Krishna.
How many palaces he had, Mataji?
More than 16,000.
He had 16,108. Yes. So he had 16,108 and all were very opulent. And he was maintaining them every day. उसमें आता है कि how he was donating. Krishna book में पढ़ते हैं that thousands of lakhs of cows he was donating every day. Every day he used to donate, and they would wear gold ornaments. They were properly decorated, well-fed cows like that. Okay, and what about all strength? Now somebody else tell me the example of all strength. How we can say that he's all strength?
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी.
हरे कृष्णा.
प्रभु जी, उन्होंने अपनी कन की उंगली पे गोवर्धन पर्वत उठाया था, इसीलिए he is having more strength.
Or yes, that to the devotees is given. Yes, Amit Prabhu, Ankita Mata ji also said. और कोई example दीजिए गोवर्धन के अलावा. He lifted Govardhan.
Yes,
actually कभी discuss करें. One or two demons also lifted Govardhan. So of course they were not so young, and of course they didn't pick it up on one finger. Or Mohit Prabhu saying he killed many demons. Okay. And Ankita Mataji saying killing Kansa with his bare hands. Yes. Wo Kansa who defeated all the powerful kings, who defeated even the demigods also. They also were scared of him. और जैसे Ankita Mataji कह रही हैं कि he killed him with the bare hands. He just jumped on that arena जहाँ उनका कंस का व्यासासन था. He went there, jumped there, and punched him, and then he Kansa got very angry, and then Kansa said, kill Devaki, kill Vasudev, kill Ugrasen, and throw away this child. और जब कृष्ण ने सुना कि that he has given order to kill my parents, and so then he immediately picked him up, threw him down, and just from his bare hands, just by kicking him on his chest, he killed him. And then not even killed him, then also dragged him by his hair all through arena, because सब उससे बहुत डरते थे कि he is invincible, and Megha Mataji saying he also killed the elephants on the gate of Kansa. Yes, they were very strong elephants, और especially उनकी सेवा के लिए रखे थे कृष्ण की, but he killed those animals also. So he is all powerful. Okay, so और क्या हुआ हमारा? All riches, all okay. What about all fame? Fame का बताइए. How Krishna is
He's popular everywhere.
very popular.
Very
Very popular with the young boys, with the teenage girls,
among
with the
animals
boys,
also.
with the
Cows,
elderly gopas, gopis,
dogs.
with the animals, monkeys, cows. He's very popular guy. Yes, he's very popular, and he was popular when he was in Vrindavan. He was popular when he was in Dwarka also, and wherever we go, his fame. He was the most famous personality. When Yudhishthira Maharaj also, at the Rajasuya Yuga, he says the most famous personality, most elevated personality in the whole planet is Krishna. Okay, then beauty. What example that he's the most beautiful?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. His another name is Madan Mohan. That is वो कामदेव, करोड़ों कामदेव को भी मोहित कर देते हैं, उनमें इतनी ब्यूटी है. तो ब्रह्म संहिता में भी आता है इसका एक श्लोक.
Okay, so Madan means Cupid, and Madan Mohan means one who attracts even the Cupid. But give me some pastime, some example how he was most beautiful. How do we know he was beautiful?
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी. गोपियां जानबूझ करके यशोदा मैया से शिकायत लगाने जाती हैं, और मतलब वो कृष्णा के दर्शन करना चाहती है, उनकी ब्यूटी देखने के लिए जाना चाहती है, और बोलना कुछ होता है और बोलती कुछ है, तो जस्ट वो बार बार उनके दर्शन करना चाहती हैं. और जब कृष्णा वापस आते हैं काउस को लेकर के शाम के समय में, तो कोई किसी का जो गोपी होती है, कोई मुकुट देख करके मोर पंख पे ही अटक जाती है, कोई उनकी आंखें देख पाती हैं, तो उनकी ब्यूटी इतनी ज्यादा होती है कि वो पूरे दर्शन भी नहीं कर पाती हैं एक बारी में.
Yes, very nice. Yes, माता जी, है ना. और जिनके घर में नहीं आते थे माखन चुराने के लिए, फिर वो सारा दिन वेट करते रहते थे कि ये हमारे घर नहीं आया, और वो वेट करते थे कि कब हमारे घर में माखन चोरी करने आएगा, like this. Okay, then क्या हो गया?
And once Prabhuji, when Krishna assumed change the clothes of a woman, and Uddhav ji also got it attracted. So that pastime is also very nice.
Okay, और बताइए. It is a very wonderful pastime in Dwarka also. Who remembers? In Dwarka, actually he saw his own pratibimb in the gems, and he himself got attracted from himself. Oh, what a beautiful person! Like this, from himself he got attracted. Oh, what a personality! Like that. So we had beauty, we had rich, we had fame. और क्या रह गया हमारा? Then strength भी हो गया हमारा, और फेम भी हो गया, ब्यूटी भी हो गया, और वेल्थ भी हो गया. Knowledge. Yes, knowledge. So knowledge का बताइए. What is example? कि how do we know that he is the most knowledgeable? Ankita Mata is saying he spoke Bhagavad Gita. Yes, he spoke Bhagavad Gita. और शिव जी बोलते हैं कि जो 108 उपनिषद हैं है, उनका जो ज्ञान है वो भगवद गीता में है और उसके अलावा और भी है. So what is written in 108 Upanishad, Krishna spoke in less than 45 minutes and in a language which everybody can understand. Okay. Or how else? Amit Prabhu is also saying he Bhagavad Gita, Ankita Mataji also. Or how else we understand?
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी, जब ब्रह्मा जी ने उनके फ्रेंड्स को उठा लिया था, देन उनको पता चल गया था कि किसने उठाया है. वी कैन अंडरस्टैंड इट इन दिस मैनर. ही इज नॉलेजेबल.
He is all knowable, yes, Mataji, in that manner, yes, that he knows what all is happening. He doesn't get bewildered by the जो ब्रह्मा जी की illusionary energy थी, it could not cover Krishna. Rather, Krishna's illusionary energy covered Brahma and his illusionary energy. Yes. Okay, Amit Prabhu is saying he's sitting in our heart and knows everything. Yes, there also you can say he's most knowledgeable because he knows about everybody, what is going in everybody's heart. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, many a times devotees will have some thoughts in mind, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would, sitting in their heart as Paramatma, would immediately know what is happening. Like once Sanatana Goswami, his body was not good, he had some problem in his skin, and he thought, I will give my life by coming under the chariot wheel of Jagannath. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because he's also Paramatma sitting in the heart, and he said to Sanatan, you can't do this. What is in your heart? You can't do this. And he said, how can even you think? Because you have surrendered to me, so your body belongs to me. So how can you decide what to do your body? Like this. So he knows everything. And you see, so many times when he would give very good arguments when Balramji would get upset. On many instances that he will pacify, and through the right you can say arguments, he will pacify them. Amit Prabhu is saying we forget even what we ate last week. He knows everything. Not in that manner, Amit Prabhu. Knowledgeable means he knows everything. I mean, there are many yogis whose memory is very sharp. They may remember what they did. Even in present also you will find people who have exceptionally good memory. So that is memory, but where we are saying knowledge. Ronnie Prabhu saying he knows all his past appearances, all knowledge where normal human beings tend to forget. Yes, yes. That is not memory. That is knowledge. That he doesn't get bewildered. He's not under material energy. Rather, material energy is serving him. So this way we see very nice example. And the best example you spoke, many of you said that he spoke Bhagavad Gita, the essence of the whole. Now, the last one we did wealth, we did strength, we did fame, we did beauty, knowledge, and now renunciation, the last one. Yes, Srila Mata is saying renunciation. Yes. So now give me example of that Krishna is the ultimate renunciate. A difficult example for Krishna because he's an enjoyer. He's not usually a renunciate. So how do we see?
Prabhuji, when he left Vrindavan and he left behind all the gopis and Yashoda Mai and Nandaji, so like that was the renunciation because he never looked back then after.
Yes, in one manner, yes, but जो गौड़िया वैष्णव है माता जी, वो हम इस तरह से नहीं मानते हैं, because अगर आप अक्रूर का पास टाइम पढ़ेंगे तो आपको हमें समझ में आता है कि कैसे जब अक्रूर स्नान करने के लिए यमुना में जब वो मथुरा वृंदावन से मथुरा लेके जाते हैं, then he sees Krishna and Balram under the water also and above also, and उसकी proper understanding is that he never left Vrindavan. Actually, Brajendra Nandan Krishna, that he never leaves Vrindavan. So he's there, but he's there in his unmanifested form, like that. But from the angle you are saying, yes, we can say. और उसका एक example, ये मीनाक्षी माता is saying, yes, he left gopis. Left क्या, जब वो gopis पहले आती भी हैं, when they come to meet him, a young teenager in the middle of the night, and he says, no, you should not have come. Why did you come here? You go back to your homes. It is not a good idea for chaste girls like you to come here in the middle of the night. Why did you come here? You all go back home. It is already too late, like this. So he was not attached in that manner. And also, like Meenakshi Mataji is saying, that in the middle of the Ras Leela, also in the middle of the thing, he also left, like that. And even Radharani, when she felt proud and she said, carry me on my shoulder, then he left her also. So he is a renunciate in that manner. Ronnie Prabhu saying he's having 16K salary, 16K plus most beautiful queen, still he was not attached. 16K, 16,000 wives he had, and still he was not attached. Yes, at the time of, he would follow his, and that queens, they always wanted to tie him up, like housewives, wives, they want husband to, they all wanted to be, that he remain, but he would get up in the time, in the Brahma Muhurat, he will meditate on himself and he will follow his duty very, he was not like somebody who has 16,000 wife. He's not like a lusty king who just want to enjoy, but he was there with them. He fulfilled their desires, but he was not attached in that manner. Then Ankita Mataji is saying he's not attached to his position, became a chariot for Arjun. Yes, it's such a wonderful example. Thank you, Ankita Mataji. That he became Parthasarthi, and he didn't think, I'm big boss, I'm God, I'm running the whole thing, or I don't want to become a charioteer. Meenakshi Mataji is saying, being a king, Lord became Sarthi. Yes. Discussed, Ronnie Prabhu is saying everything belongs to him, yet he has given so much to all the living entities. Yes, he's our Bharta. He's our maintainer. Like that. And he's not even given. You see, even Bharta, father is also a Bharta. But you see, if अगर जो पुत्र है, अगर वो पिता का कहना नहीं मानता है, तो बोलता है भाई आप अपने रास्ते, मैं अपने रास्ते. और आप देखिए, जितने ये हम मटेरियल वर्ल्ड में लोग आए हैं, सारे हम अपने रास्ते वाले हैं, जो अपने रास्ते जाना चाहते हैं. स्टिल he comes with us as परमात्मा in any yoni, as हम चाहे कीट योनि में जन्म लें, मनुष्य योनि में, किसी भी योनि में जाते हैं, he is there with us, and he loves us, and so many qualities he has. So this is the first word we discussed. Shri Bhagavan Vacha. So one should understand that these words are spoken by Bhagavan. He's ये शब्द है भगवान से निकले हुए हैं, और भगवान जो है एक व्यक्ति है, कोई ब्रह्म ज्योति नहीं है, कोई लाइट नहीं है, कोई एनर्जी नहीं है, rather he is a person. Bhagavan Vacha. Brahma Jyoti cannot speak because it doesn't have qualities, but here Bhagavan Vacha, he's speaking, like this. Imam Vishvashvat, Ivan Vishvate Vivashvate Yogam. ये जो वर्ड है योगम, और जो इसकी डिक्शनरी, इसकी जो प्रभुपाद इसका जो शब्दार्थ करते हैं, इसको अगर आप लिख के कहीं टेबल के सामने लगा लेंगे, so it will be very auspicious to understand what is this science. इसका अगर आप देखेंगे शब्दार्थ में, synonyms में, what is the definition? Yogam, Prabhupada translates the science of one's relationship with Supreme. This is the science. Imam means this, ye wala, like, or Vivashvate means to the sun god, Vivashvan. Or Yogam, what is that Yogam? What is the science he has given? The science of one's relationship to the Supreme. आप पाएंगे कि प्रभुपाद ने जितने भी लेक्चर दिए, स्पेशली भगवद गीता के, या आप पाएंगे वो हमेशा उनका मेन यही रहता था पहला, कि भगवान है और आपका भगवान से संबंध है. इट इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू अंडरस्टैंड संबंध, बिकॉज अगर हमारे पास संबंध ज्ञान नहीं है, सो देन we will not go in that goal. Then we'll have our independent goal, because I have nothing to do with God. He may be there, he may not be there, but I don't bother him, he doesn't bother me, like this. So always understand, the science of Krishna consciousness is that our eternal relationship with the Lord. Then proktavan aham avyayam. Proktavan means कि ये बताया या इसका ज्ञान, Prabhupada translate कर रहे हैं, instructed. Aham means I, avyayam means imperishable. Who will tell me why it is imperishable? Why this science is imperishable? Nobody? Okay. Ronnie Prabhu was saying everything belongs to him. Oh, because what is it? It is eternal. Okay. Amit Prabhu is saying it does not change with time. Okay. Because we are eternal servant of Krishna. Okay.
Because it is transcendental.
But yes, but that is a little meaning. Avyaya means transcendental. I'm asking why it is transcendental. How come it is transcendental?
It is always true.
Absolute.
Absolute.
Okay, it is always true. Okay. Or anybody else?
Prabhuji, it is Hare Krishna Prabhuji. It has been spoken by the Lord Himself.
It is spoken by Lord Himself, a Paurusha. Yes, because the Vedas hain, they are considered the word of the God, a Paurusha. They are not from any human being, and because this message is essence of Vedas spoken by Lord Himself. और बलदेव विद्याभूषण बताते हैं कि this is avyayam. Mohit Prabhu is saying it is applicable in all ages. Yes. Megha Mata is saying because we are eternal servant of Krishna. Baladev Vidyabhushan says it is avyayam also because it is always fresh. Because the knowledge, it doesn't deteriorate with time. Kal has no effect. And another reason he says is because its results are permanent. Because anything which is material will die. But जो भगवद गीता का जो सार है, it always remains fresh. It never feels, we can read Bhagavad Gita when we begin our journey in Krishna consciousness, and और अगर भगवान का और वैष्णव का आशीर्वाद रहा तो मरते जम तक we read Bhagavad Gita because it never becomes stale, because it is a word spoken by Bhagwan himself, and its results are permanent. अगर follow करेंगे, the results are permanent. Yoga Shemam Vahameham. It is everything. If you follow, then it is to our permanent credit, bhakti. So in this way, this knowledge is avyayam. Okay. Then Bhaktavanam avyayam vivashvan manve praha manur ikshvake abrapit. So now we'll read the translation and prepared by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. The personality of Godhead, Lord Shri Krishna said, I instructed this imperishable science of yoga to the sun god Vivashvan, and Vivashvan instructed it to Manu, and the father of mankind. क्योंकि different मनवंतर में there are different Manus. So ये जो मनु है, ये कौन है? वो मनु जो विवश्वान के पुत्र हैं, the father of mankind, and Manu in turn instructed it to Ikshvaku. Ikshvaku is the dynasty जिसमें Krishna comes as Lord Ramchandra. So this is गुरु महाराज बताते थे कि जो शास्त्र हैं जब हम पढ़ते हैं और अब ध्यान से पढ़ते हैं, so then gradually we realize that they are not what we call in English, I forgot the word, so they are not mythology, because then we are able to connect anything and everything. अगर आप पुराण पढ़ेंगे तो आपको पता चल जाएगा कि मनु है, विवशवान कौन है, कैसे अलग अलग मनवंतर में अलग अलग आते हैं। और ये जो मनु है, बल्कि इनका नाम है विवशवत मनु। Why? Because he's the son of Vivashwan. So that's why he is called Vivashvat Manu. Then the whole lineage, the dynasty, और कौन प्रजापति थे, कौन थे, everything you can connect. So it is not like Superman, Spider-Man, जिनके कोई माता पिता का आता पता नहीं है, who are just fiction, but this is not fiction. So now Krishna is glorifying the lineage through which this knowledge is passed. He's glorifying which great personalities they have received this knowledge, and so he's glorifying that lineage here. Purport: herein we find the history of Bhagavad Gita traced from a remote time when it was delivered to the royal order of all planets, beginning from the sun planet. The kings of all planets are especially meant for protection of the inhabitants. Therefore, the royal order should understand the science of Bhagavad Gita in order to be able to rule the citizens and protect them from material bondage to lust. So ये बताते हैं क्षत्रिय means one who protects from harm. और भगवान भी जब आते हैं, जब when he comes to establish religion, then he takes birth in a Kshatriya family. Why? Because it is a duty of a Kshatriya to rule. And if the ruler is a devotee, then all the praja also will be a devotee. And that is why Duryodhan, in a material way, his praja was not badly treated. Rather, he बहुत, अगर आप महाभारत पढ़ेंगे तो आप पाएंगे कैसे he used to bribe the praja so that they won't like Yudhishthir and the Pandavas so much, because all the citizens liked them more because they were more, you can say, compared to them, they were more humble, they were more pious. They didn't had those killer instincts these 100 brothers had, like that. So he always tried to bribe them by giving them gifts. So they were not bad. But problem is, जो अगर जो राजा है, अगर वो भगवान का भक्त नहीं होगा, so then जो प्रजा है, then gradually they will also fall down like this. So आगे लिखते हैं प्रभुपाद, human life is meant for cultivation of spiritual knowledge in eternal relationship with the supreme personality of Godhead. इसलिए योग का मतलब हमेशा ही समझना चाहिए. It is our relationship with God. It is not independent, because then we are not cultivating it properly. और आगे लिखते हैं प्रभुपाद, and the executive heads of all states and all planets are obliged to impart this lesson to the citizens by education, by culture and by devotion. देखिए कितना सुंदर है कि ये क्षत्रिय है, जो राजा है, उनको कैसे देना है? थ्रू एजुकेशन, थ्रू कल्चर एंड डिवोशन, like this. In other words, अगर आप डांस देखेंगे, भरतनाट्यम या कथक आप पाएंगे, everything they will be able to connect to Krishna, the posture, the movement. और अगर पढ़ेंगे how all the जो 7 notes भी हैं, सारे गामा पाधा निसा, you find they come to serve Krishna in different. That's how they manifest, just to serve him. And even the architecture also, everything one जो हम पढ़ते हैं, always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna. So everybody somebody is practicing Ayurveda, a doctor, somebody is some architect, like this. So everything they will follow in the parampara, and it can connect to God, like this. So that is the whole purpose of parampara system. In other words, the executive heads of all states are intended to spread the science of Krishna consciousness so that the people may take advantage of this great science and pursue a successful path, utilizing the opportunity of the human form of life. In this millennium, the sun god is known as Vivashwan, the king of the sun, which is the origin of all planets within the solar system. In Brahma Samhita 5.52, it is said, Yachukshuresha Sabita Sakal Grahananam Raja Samast Surmurti Rashesha Teja Yasya Gya Brahmati Sambriti Kala Chakro Govindamadi Purusham Tamham Bhajami. Let me worship, Lord Brahma said, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Govind, Krishna, who is the original person and under whose order the sun, which is the king of all planets, is assuming immense power and heat. The sun represents the eyes of the Lord and traverses orbit in obedience to his order. तो ये श्लोक पढ़ रहे हैं ब्रह्म संहिता से, जिसमें लिखा है कैसे कि जो सूर्य है वो कैसे जा रहा है, इट ऑल जो भी उनमें ताकत है, और जो बिकॉज इन द मटेरियल वर्ल्ड समथिंग क्लोजर टू spiritual is the sun. Why? Because from millions of years it is there. आज भी आप टाइम निकाल सकते हैं. आप देखिए ज्योतिषी कितने आराम से टाइम निकाल देते हैं कि उस वक्त क्या टाइम रहा होगा, कौन सा समय था, क्या तिथि थी, by the movement of the sun. That is so precise कि आज से millions of years back और आज से millions of year ahead they can calculate. And his power of heat doesn't deteriorate. So it is closest to what we would call as something spiritual. He's material, sun is material, but closest to spiritual in that manner, because it doesn't deteriorate. It does in fact, but it is for so long a time that one can see and calculate all its movements. They're right on time. Sunset, sunrise. अगर आज के 10,000 साल का भी निकालेंगे तो आराम से निकल जाएगा, और 5,000 साल पहले का भी निकालेंगे तो you can take, it will be correct. So all that power is coming from Krishna. Brahma ji is singing in Brahma Samhita. Prabhupada लिखते हैं, the sun is the king of the planets, and the sun god at present of the name Vivashwan rules the sun planet, which is controlling all other planets by supplying heat and light. He is rotating under the orders of Krishna, and Lord Krishna originally made Vivashwan his first disciple to understand the science of Bhagavad Gita. Gita is not therefore a speculative treatise for the insignificant mundane scholar, but it is a standard book of knowledge coming down from time immemorial and still applicable because it is Vedas. So the Vedas, their knowledge is always eternal. It is applicable at all the times. फिर प्रभुपाद कोट करते हैं, इन द महाभारत शांति पर्व we can trace out the history of Gita as follows. In the beginning of the millennium, known as Treta Yuga, the science of relationship with the Supreme was delivered to Vivashwan by Vivashwan to Manu. Manu, being the father of the mankind, gave it to his son Maharaj Ikshvaku, the king of this earth planet, and forefathers of Raghu dynasty, in which Lord Ramachandra appeared. Therefore, Bhagavad Gita existed in human society from the time of Maharaj Ikshvaku. जिसमें आपको शुरू में भी कह रहा था कि अगर हम शास्त्रों को ठीक से पढ़ते हैं, महाभारत पुराण, देन पूरी लीनिएज हम निकाल सकते हैं. कौन किसका पुत्र था, कौन किसके बाद में आया, कैसे आया, एवरीथिंग यू कैन कनेक्ट, देयर फोरफादर्स, एवरीथिंग यू कैन कनेक्ट. फिर प्रभुपाद और डिटेल नॉलेज देते हैं. देखिए, at the present moment we have just passed through 5,000 years of Kali Yuga, which lasts 4,32,000 years. Before this was Dwapar Yuga, 800,000 years. Before that there was Treta Yuga, 1,20,000 years, 1,200,000 years, and thus some 2 million years back, 2,005,000 years ago, Manu spoke Bhagavad Gita to his disciple and the son Maharaj Ikshvaku, the king of this planet Earth. The age of the current Manu is calculated to last some 305,300,000 years, of which 120,400,000 years have passed. Accepting that before the birth of Manu, Gita was spoken by the Lord to his disciple, the sun god Vivashwan, a rough estimate is that Gita was spoken at least 120,400,000 years ago. And in human society, it has been extant for 2 million years. It was re-spoken by the Lord again to Arjun. So Prabhupada is giving all the calculations of which जो युगा जिस टाइम पे शुरू हुआ उसका लेके, then he is giving approximately the Bhagavad Gita was spoken 120 million years ago. And then again, Lord spoke 5,000 years back. That is the rough estimate of the history of Gita according to the Gita itself and according to the version of the speaker, Lord Sri Krishna. It was spoken to the sun god Vivashwan. Why? Because he is also a Kshatriya and the father of all Kshatriyas, sun god or the Surya Vansh. So there are two major dynasties, Surya Vansh और चंद्र वंश. एक बार भगवान आए सूर्य वंश में और अगली बार जो कृष्ण के रूप में आए he came in चंद्र वंश. Because Bhagavad Gita, who are descendants of the sun god or the Surya Vansh Kshatriyas, because Bhagavad Gita is as good as the Vedas, being spoken by Supreme Personality of Godhead. This knowledge is apaurushya, superhuman. Many people think or say, no, after Bhagavad Gita, then their higher is Rig Veda or the Yajur Vedas or the Upanishads or like this. But it is not the case, because in absolute, everything is same. And all of them are अपौरुषेय. वेदों को अपौरुषेय इसीलिए बोलते हैं because they have not come from a human being. They are the words of the Lord himself. और जो भगवद गीता है is spoken by Krishna Bhagavan himself. So that is why it is as good as Vedas. Since the Vedic instructions are accepted as they are without human interpretation, the Gita must therefore be accepted without mundane interpretation. So ये न्याय शास्त्र जब हम पढ़ते हैं different तो हम देखते हैं कि कैसे there are different ways we understand the meaning, but we never take and give any interpretation to direct meaning. जहाँ पर मीनिंग क्लियर होता है वहाँ पर उसकी इंटरप्रिटेशन नहीं दी जाती शास्त्रों में. जहाँ पर मीनिंग क्लियर नहीं होता है देयर इंटरप्रिटेशन इज रिक्वायर्ड. Like somewhere it is written, the soul. Now soul can mean many things in Sanskrit. Soul can mean mind, soul can mean body, soul can mean atma, soul can also means Paramatma. So the acharyas, when they give tika, they tell what is the meaning of this verse, like this, or something is given in a poetic manner, then they give. But direct जिसका मतलब क्लियर हो उसकी इंटरप्रिटेशन नहीं दी जाती है. सो इसीलिए प्रभुपाद कह रहे हैं क्योंकि भगवद गीता इज आल्सो वेदास, सो इसकी इंटरप्रिटेशन शुड नॉट बी गिवन. mundane interpretation one should not given where the meaning is clear. Why he's saying, we'll read now. The mundane wranglers may speculate on the Gita in their own ways, but that is not Bhagavad Gita as it is. ये फर्क है भगवद गीता एज इट इज और जो नॉर्मल जो एडिशंस मार्केट में अवेलेबल होते हैं, बिकॉज दे आर गिविंग देयर ओन इंटरप्रिटेशन व्हिच हैज नो बेसिस इन द शास्त्र्स, नीदर दे आर कमिंग फ्रॉम एनी disciplic succession. There are many famous authors today whom we consider famous, and they write about Bhagavad Gita, and they write about Krishna, they write about Mahabharata, just using their mundane knowledge or intelligence. But that is not the way scriptures are read. And then it is not Bhagavad Gita as it is, because then it is Bhagavad Gita as I think it is, like this. Therefore, Bhagavad Gita has to be accepted as it is from the disciplic succession, and it is described herein that the Lord spoke to the sun god, the sun god spoke to his son Manu, and Manu spoke to his son Ikshvaku. तो भगवद गीता हमने कैसे पढ़नी है? इन द डिसाइप्लिक सेशन, परंपरा में से, उस गुरु से जो किसी संप्रदाय से आ रहे हैं, वैष्णव संप्रदाय से, और and we should accept, ये प्रभुपाद भगवद गीता के इंट्रोडक्शन में भी लिखते हैं, and accept as Arjun is accepting from Krishna. एक्सेप्ट भी कैसे करनी है वो भी अर्जुन बताते हैं कि जो शिष्य बने हैं भगवान के, कि कैसे वो एक्सेप्ट करते हैं. जब हम पढ़ते हैं परम ब्रह्मा, व्हेन ही सेज हिम कि यू आर द गॉड, यू आर द एब्सोल्यूट, देन परम धाम, सो ही अंडरस्टूड, रादर ही अंडरस्टैंड्स एवरीथिंग. अभी हम पढ़ेंगे आगे, इन्हीं श्लोकों में आ जाएगा, अगले सेकंड थर्ड श्लोक में, कि अर्जुन वाज नेवर, ही न्यू कृष्णा इज भगवान, बट जस्ट टू बट ही बिकेम ए मीडियम, and he asked all those questions also for our benefit and to establish that Krishna is the Parampita. He's a Bhagwan, what we know. So we have done first verse. मुझे लगा था 4-5 वर्स करेंगे, but हमारा first verse ही हुआ. So it's already 8:30. So we'll close the session. If anybody has any comment or question, we can ask. Otherwise, we will end the session now. And the next Monday, we will go ahead with the 4.2, 4.3. So very, very wonderful verses will come now. One of my favorite verses, 4.9. So it's a very wonderful chapter. और इसको अगर हम ध्यान से पढ़ेंगे, then हमें कृष्णा कॉन्शियसनेस में नॉलेज अप्लाई कैसे करनी है, वो बड़ा सरलता से अगला चैप्टर समझ में आ जाएगा हमें. सो क्वेश्चंस और कमेंट्स हमारे बीच में ही हो गया, और ये बड़ा सिंपल सा था ये फर्स्ट वर्स. सो वी विल एंड द क्लास नाउ. नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. जगद्गुरु श्री प्रभुपाद की जय. हरे कृष्ण.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji.
हरे कृष्ण.